So in the phone skills module, it's about training the team. It's about engaging your prospects, credentialing, scheduling, and what the follow-up process should be. So it sounds like we probably all have a method of answering the phone, right? The one thing I want you to take away is no one ever really uses names, right? Hi, this is Lasky Aesthetics. This is Terry. How may I help you? That part might be there. Hi, do you, yeah, I'm calling about Althera. Do you have that? No, we don't. What the hell? I want you to stop and just say, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't get your name. Who am I speaking to? Oh, remind me your name. Maya. Maya, so nice to meet you. Thank you so much for calling. Do you see how that goes? How nice that feels? No one says, I'm so sorry I didn't get your name, right? And you know, Maya, before we get started with the conversation, do you mind if I just write down your contact information in case we get disconnected? Right? These are little things. They sound stupid, but they are not. And nobody does it. And it's not that hard, but no one does it. And then, you know, and again, practicing. I can only tell you what to say, but if you don't practice and watch what they're doing. Great, thank you so much for calling. How did you hear about us? Oh, fantastic, Real Self. What specifically on Real Self? Do you see how nitty I'm getting? Don't just get into the conversation. What specifically? Oh, you happen to see the ad. Okay, so you inquired about Althera. Is that correct? So you're interested in skin tightening. Do you see how I'm not answering nothing? I'm not answering her question, right? So you're interested in skin tightening. That is what it's about. If your people don't know what it's about, bye. You're losing thousands of dollars. They have to know what is RF, what is ultrasound, what is cold, what is M-Sculpt, what's the difference, what's laser, Fraxel versus Clear and Brilliant versus Thermage. They're all different. They're all different. But somebody has to be able to articulate the difference and know the difference because you could have something else to offer, right? And you don't want to lose that patient. Okay, so what body part is of interest to you? You don't even know. She just said, what if you just lost the call? What if you have something, what if she wanted body, but you were talking about face, right? You see how much information you can get? So skin tightening, what particular body part? Oh, do you want your décolleté a little bit more tight? Okay, great. You know, you asked about Althera. We don't have Althera, but we do have Thermage. Thermage works fantastic. It's radio frequency versus ultrasound. Would that be something you're interested in? Would you like to come in for a consultation? And let me share with you what's going to happen at our consultation. When you come in, we have several different modalities to treat you with. We really like to look at you as a specific patient and give you a comprehensive treatment plan. So I know you asked about one thing, but we have several other things that could benefit you. Would you like to book a consultation? Okay, then I want you to ask me. No one ever asks for the appointment either, right? And then I don't want you to say what's good for you, because that's an open end, right? Well, I don't know. I have to check my schedule. I need to call you back. I would like you to be very specific. How is Tuesday at 2 o'clock? Then I can say yes or no. But then you're going to give me alternate times. So the biggest takeaway here is just find a way to engage in dialogue like you're just talking to a friend. Get as much information as you possibly can. So what the best practices are, and I will put on my website, that will be at no charge, this 13-point checklist of the top techniques for phone skills that you can just download. But basically, patients make the initial contact. We said web and phone. I want you to answer the phone within 2 and 3 rings. People just let that phone ring and ring and ring. You can't do that, you guys. They'll just hang up. So 2 to 3 ring rule. And look at that number, how low it is. Only 25% of the people actually ask to book an appointment. If you don't ask for anything, even a raise. God, I remember trying to ask for a raise like years ago, and I was like, well, shit, I have nothing to lose, right? If you don't ask, you don't get. So pick up the phone by the 3rd ring, greet the caller, use the name throughout the call. People love to hear their own name, and it's just nice. Continue to say that throughout that conversation. Again, get their contact information in case you get disconnected. Immediately put that information into the database, even if they don't book. I said it yesterday. People are like, well, why would I put it in there? Well, why not? I mean, what? So you're going to get hundreds of calls in the center, but you're going to have a low database. You have to build that database. So again, if you have the right marketing plans in place, and it's called reach and frequency, and you're sending me newsletters or you're sending out information, I might book in a couple of months, not right then and there. So if you're going to put somebody on hold, especially if you have a new person that doesn't know, don't have them just bullshit through the answer. I would rather you tell them to say, I'm so sorry, I just started. May I put you on a brief hold? I want you to ask yes or no, and I'm going to go get that information for you, or I'm going to go get somebody that can help you with that information, okay? That sounds so lovely, right? Doesn't it sound nice? Again, recommend the consultation, provide times, but you provide the specific times. Before hanging up, again, ask if you can put the caller on hold, following up with information. Now, if they don't book, we'll get to the follow-up process, but if they don't book and they asked about something specific, what I would love you to do now that you've gathered the information is say, do you mind if I send you some information? I'd love to send you the link to our before and after gallery or a link to our website that talks a little bit more about that procedure. The more you can do to make it easy for me, I'm going to do it. And nobody's doing it. If you just get off the phone, all I'm doing is calling the next 5 practices, right, and getting information. And you don't know if I'm the price shopper, but even if I am, and that call with you was so wowed, I'm going to be like, God, that was awesome. They were so great. These other offices are just shitty and short and, told me it was $15 and I got nothing out of it. Okay, so it's active listening. We went through that layer model yesterday. Again, it sounds so silly, but if you can just listen more than talk, listen, engage, reiterate back what you think you understand, it helps deviate any misunderstandings, especially when it comes to treatment outcomes, so that patients aren't going to come back and go, that's not what I wanted, or it didn't work, you didn't hear me, that's not what I said, and it will happen a lot, more than you think. So credentialing, there's 2 types of credentialing. It's credentialing your practice, and it's credentialing the provider. So these are some specific things that you guys should be able to articulate and write it down. I'm like, why is your practice different? And again, that could be the owner, years of experience, the procedures and services that you offer, anything that's going to make you guys stand out. How many years you've been in business, the specialty, the providers, collectively, again, whatever that group is, if you have that to offer in terms of your services and your providers doing that. Board certification. Now, a lot of these things aren't being said, but you mentioned over here about training, right? So if you have specific training, whether it's butt lifts, right? There's not a lot of people doing creative things. We talked about that. Or you're doing hands, or you're doing things that nobody else is doing. Again, we talked about the combination therapy. Well, yes, of course you can go ahead and get the Clear and Brilliant down the street, but let me explain to you how we do it here at Lasky. And explain it to them, what you do, what they get. That is a lot of added value if I think, I can go here and get it and walk in and leave, but if I can get a mask and an LED and some product, and it's not even necessarily a package, but if I can get all that, where would you rather go? I definitely want to go to the other place.